There it is. Woohoo! Alright, so...
Watch this when this will blow. This?
No. No. Yeah. Salvador said no. Salvador, put that back in the art room, please.
The one that will hold it tight. Mommy, will hold it tight so it doesn't fall off. Do you like my balloon? Do you like this balloon? From all that special.
Yeah, it is a lot of revisions. It's a good thing though.
What did he say?
Just for my galleries. Okay. Alright, cool. Let's see. So, zip, copy, test drive. Done.
That won't
Install.
Can I have something to let it not
Done.
tie?
Done. Got Atom.
I need something to tie it.
Alright, starting with the README file. We'll do Sublime. Cool, so it uses hybrid core. Aqua resizer. Unless otherwise specified. For support, Xmag. Okay. Obviously our header. Skip content. Info. You may notice my microphone going on and off. That's because my kiddo is in the background. It's resizing. EQ upscale, that's alright. Why not just use thumbnails? You've already generated the... Right? So automatic feeds up. Alright, so... Oh, that was close. Alright, so the class is actually there. Function, no. There it is. Well, I like the idea. That's actually plugin territory. Alright, so we'll go here. Shouldn't we have content with inside the after setup hook? That's one way of doing it. You can do it globally as long as it's hooked, I guess you could say. But to each his own, as long as it's in there for... Alright, so... yeah, I see what you're saying.
There's no more hole in here.
Alright, so author bio, view all posts, that's good. Xmag. Go get the author. Not social. That, yeah. Okay. Turn it away. Page, entry, post thumbnail, you have large. Okay, so you know that. Content, post thumbnail medium. Okay. Time. Use. Time. Need to escape social links. Didn't see if you escaped already when calling it. Went out to take some coke. Yeah.
You can make a balloon. You can draw one. You granted it.
Alright, so let's look at the options, and of course they have a custom control. I guess that's better. Also, title tag needs to be translatable. Yep. Alright, so theme homepage, render content. I mean, at least they're extending it via the actual customizer API. Escape attribute. It actually needs to be escape URL. And escape. Why would you? Okay. Alright, translated. Title is the header. Panel. Why? So main menu background. So it's an option. It actually should be a theme mod. Color control, okay. Sanitize hex color. Home icon. Okay. It's a checkbox. Oh, whether or not to show. Search form, that's a good one. Header. Layout. Site full width. Capability, why? Body background. Sanitize hex color. So it's a blank default. Featured image is doing what? Show a featured image. It's checkbox. Okay, so it's Boolean. Sanitize choices, that scares me. Especially for checkbox. There's only two. Image size. Default or full width, so what? Must be at least, okay, at least you're doing that. Magazine page section. Okay, so writing this image. And show a featured image for the pages. Okay. Usually a description helps out on that. Default full width images. So, I don't know what the default is. Scroll up. So the scroll up button is a checkbox. And then social links. Sanitized text. Why? Yeah, there's actually WP sanitized text field. Sanitized title. RSS URL. No HTML sanitize. That's an interesting one. Oh, I find 2. Okay, so I find 14 that are. That scares me. Nick says, on all their customizer control settings is not needed if the control ID matches the settings. It's redundant. Yep, that is very true. Meaning this on the controls, the settings, if it's WP RSS URL and it matches the setting, there's no need for this. Thank you, Nick. Twitter URL, Medium, okay, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, Tumblr, Dribble, Stumble Upon, Flickr, and ads section, okay. Yeah. I'm afraid I'm gonna end up finding. Sanitize text. Okay, that's good. Sanitize choices. Taken from the actual theme review repo. Okay. Sanitize checkbox, that one is as well. And this is what we mean by injecting JavaScript. This is bad. This is what breaks it. This layout box. Get brightness. Oh, that's a good one. Styles header. Okay. Yeah, that needs to be prefixed because. Alright, I wonder how many actually functions I can figure out on that. So languages, page template. Okay, let's regex this, shall we? Function S. We'll capture everything up to this. And wrong one. We'll go function space. We'll capture everything up to here. Yep, wrong one. There it is. Alright, so function xmag function that's inside of a class. Header function xmag, yep, function render content looks like okay. It's inside of a class. And this does not look like it is though, xmag, so HTML no sanitize on that one. Okay. Not sure why I did. Can't believe, yeah, no, that's how I feel too. Hardeep says, not sure why he add WP cases inside a function instead of using it directly in the sanitize field. He just wrapped around. Yeah, you can actually do that. That means in the customizer, when you actually have this callback function up here in the setting, rather than creating your own function, you can actually create or use WP cases, just like that. But now let's look back at function. So we have 1 on prefixed, get brightness, that's 2, add X styles, jetpack setup, and then he's got some JavaScript in there too. Okay, it's not a big deal, but is empty sanitize a problem? I didn't catch it if you saw that. Empty sanitize right there. Let's see what that one is. It's valuable. Okay. That's a big issue right there. Thank you. And is he actually using it anywhere? Let's find out. Empty sanitize. There's 4 values, so that means there's 3 that are using it. So above content. Okay. So ads. All right. Good catch, Nick. don't remember sticky being on there.
Now look at it.
It's distributed, activate. Okay, so
Because
it's actually missing the declaration of the sticky. Because they're using the sticky plugin, but it's actually not explicitly declared on here. Simple line icons, yeah.
can't
Okay.
use vital because I bought on it. Did I?
Salvador, are you hungry?
Copyright license
You want a hot dog?
declaration.
You already had a hot dog.
Yeah.
Do,
Want a
do.
grilled cheese
And
sandwich?
then, so that will need to be removed.
Yeah.
Footer, comments, screenshot, sidebar.
Peanut butter sandwich.
Get theme on. Oh, you're doing that. That's what widgets are for. Okay, search form, cool. But you're including your own.
Chicken nuggets.
And I have a weird feeling you're also
I don't want
declaring
vital.
search form. Yep. It's a very common one. So template text, jetpack, fonts URL. Guessing it takes after one of the 20 sticky menu. Okay. It's neat. Comment replies being queued. Registering 1, 2. Ugh, an empty description. Terrible. Directory custom header. Xmag menu, location, list pages. That's actually pointless to do.
Did you color on the inside of it?
Excerpt length, and that actually you need to use the HTML equivalent of that rather than using that. Attribute website, and okay, that's just bad practice. You actually want to escape as late as possible, so you would need to go ahead and use
It looks lovely.
escape HTML, or even do HTML
Oh, the cat Sam. You like
entities,
all this cat Sam,
but it needs to be escaped as late as possible, like that. Custom classes, okay, that's good. Yeah, that actually just needs to use the post thumbnail instead. You can change that around. The header image, social links. Yeah, all those need to be escaped. Stumble upon, yeah, that's a lot of links. And it's an unordered list, which you can actually do inside of a menu.
Why did that?
Minification suffix. Okay, so that's good. But I don't see you including any minified scripts, so it's actually pointless to have. I don't think you're even calling that, are you? Let's find out. So there's 2. Okay, so I'll show you URL. Oh, sorry, it's gonna end up 404ing. There it is. That's what we don't want. Xmag links. Okay, that's actually where you would put that. And that's no. Theme settings. Okay, header, layout, single post, page, social links, custom CSS. I don't remember that being in there. Customizer.
There's gonna be a lot of cats.
Section. How are you sanitizing? Okay. Above post comment, add code. This is where those descriptions are actually very helpful. That's the reason the customizer actually has those. Where is that example? What is it? It's above post content. Above, we'll go here. Label control, and that's the reason these. Description.
Look at the cat playground.
Actually, go ahead and use this.
I think
Use
it's done.
this for information. And we'll use our actual text domain as an example. Here, go here, we'll save it, and reload. And we'll go back up here. Links, nope, wrong one. Theme settings, advertisements, and hey, look at that. It actually provides you some information. Makes for a better user experience too.
What are doing to help me make dinner?
Although that is nice, it's actually going to have to be removed because I'm pretty sure that's something that the user wants to keep when they switch their themes.
Goes in your room though.
So they're going to have to remove that. And wrong one. There it is. Alright, so
I don't
add code is actually plugin territory. So, alright, so sadly, it looks like it will have to be closed. And it sucks that it does, but it's one of those things where it needs to be worked on. I always hate feeling like that person. And even so, if we go to, I don't even have that one installed. Alright, let's see what Nick has to say. I'm a bit behind, but notice something else. Not sure where the numbers and get brightness come from. They should probably use. Yeah. There's also a plugin. Yep. Which has functions for all this and can be used in prefixes that are changed. Yeah.
Can I make a twinkle?
Yeah, as Nick was pointing out, get brightness, which is
Your crayons.
actually inside of the AQ class. AQ resize. It's a great little script. It's a cool one, but it is plugin territory because it's actually resizing images. Even in the public function itself process, you're taking the basic URL and you're passing it a width, a height, and the cropping. Nick, you can paste that into if you want, or I can comment after you do. If you want to post it right now, go ahead. I'd be happy to. It'd be awesome.
Did you already have your coffee?
Yeah, see, it's resizing image, resize dimensions,
Look at
taking the path info. All of this is plugin territory. Kevin says, I thought resizing on the fly is fine. What's kind of cool about WordPress too, especially in the functions, is when you declare the after theme setup, it would actually be awesome and a lot easier too when you add post thumbnails to register all the files or all the image sizes that you need, and then call those with the post thumbnail. Oh, because rather than having to go ahead and go like this, having to create a Q, what was it, resize was it? I think it was. No. I know it was the page that did it though. Xmag image, that's what it was. Xmag image, and we declare it and search within all of those. Yep, so any resizer is plug-in toward, yes, it is. Because it's creating this. See, you're already using a post thumbnail. The post thumbnail already creates all of this for us. Not only that, especially now with, I think it was 4.6, correct me if I'm wrong, or 4.5, there's source set. So it's actually a lot easier to use that rather than creating your own. Okay, yeah, see, Nick. Thank you, Nick, for clarifying. 4.4 added responsive images. So since 4.4, we've had this ability, which is obviously something we should, as theme authors, be taking advantage of. Just like in the customizer, having this description, it makes for a better WordPress theme experience for them. Because it gives them information. This little thing right here, this description, this label helps out not only us, but it helps out the users as well to give them more information, saying like, okay, so this label is this, but this description gives them a better idea of what it actually does and where it's going to be. That's part of the reason this customizer API was created. Alright, this is actually the fun one right here too, because I like using this little program. It's called livecast to create random GIFs. So as an example, we'll go like this. So let's say that we'll record. We'll call this off screen. And we'll move it around. We'll stop recording.
What we doing?
And then what we're going to do is actually we are going to go way up here again because it's actually up here. We'll attach a file, choose file, go to desktop, we'll call it off screen, and we'll agree and upload, and we'll see. Back in the ticket. we have our animated GIF to give a better idea. Nick, +1 for Licecap. Yes, it is an awesome little tool, and it actually works on Mac as well. I'm not sure if it works on Linux, but it's a great little tool. For those wondering, I'm actually listening to Infected Mushroom right now, just in case.
Speak out.
Alright, Hardeep says, and for Linux you can use Silent Cast. Okay, that's a good one. Making a note of that. Thanks, Hardeep. Kevin says, this was very cool. Hardeep smiles. Woohoo! It's a good thing. But yeah, right now I'm testing, obviously, via browser Chrome using the Chrome tools that way. I'm going to close that out, bring back my elements, bring it back out. Alright. Looks like that's, for the most part, done. And then to comment and ticket and say sorry, but it's got to be closed. So I think that should do it for this one, guys. I think we can actually get a better understanding, better idea of some of the things, right? So I'm gonna stop streaming and get back to you guys, or get back to what I was doing.